I told you before, what America actually operates on is nothing but raw power dynamics, law of the jungle, the law of capability. If you can do it, you have the right to do it. That's how it works in America. If you have the power to take it, then it's yours. If you have the capability to inflict something, then you are entitled to inflict it. And if you're too weak to stop it, well, that's your problem. This is the system in the West. Your safety is your own responsibility. And the strong have no obligation whatsoever to restrain themselves from exploiting you. If they can exploit you, it's their right to do it. That's the actual operating system in America, in the West.
Don Lemon was taken into federal custody last night in California. While he's there to speak about the Grammys, he's taken into custody for what happened in Minnesota last night. I need y'all to lock in. I need y'all to understand that the First Amendment is the first because it is the most important. We only have all of our other rights because we have the ability to speak out against our government. Authoritarianism, fascism, communism, they work when people can't speak out against their government. The only reason that this entire country works is because of our right to say what we want to say about our government. He didn't start the protest in the church. He was there reporting about what's happening with ICE in Minnesota. And then he went to the church and he reported on that. I need y'all to understand, if the free press does not have the ability to criticize the federal government, then we do not have freedom of speech. And if we do not have freedom of speech and the ability to speak out against our government, none of the rest of our rights are guaranteed either.
So they finally did it, huh? Former CNN anchor Don Lemon was taken into custody in Los Angeles by federal agents last night. They arrested Don Lemon while he was at the Grammys covering them. Federal prosecutors have been pursuing charges against Don Lemon after he was at an anti-ICE protest in Minneapolis, Minnesota. However, it's very clear that Don Lemon was only covering the protest. He wasn't an actual protester. Speak crystal clear. This isn't about Don Lemon. This is about the First Amendment right. Don Lemon has been a journalist for over 30 years. When you start seeing federal charges come out against journalists, you best to believe we have a problem. This prosecution is just a pattern of aggressive action against journalists that don't speak Trump language. This is an unprecedented attack on the First Amendment right. Targeting a journalist for doing their job affects each and every one of us. You see how I'm on this video stating my opinion freely without worrying about being placed in handcuffs for speaking out against what I don't agree with? That is the First Amendment. And if we let cracks like this happen, we're not going to be able to do this anymore.
Breaking news, Donald Trump has arrested journalist Don Lemon, formerly of CNN, for simply covering a Minneapolis protest. This is incredibly dangerous, folks. This is an incredible escalation of the dissolution of our democracy. This does not happen in America. This happens in Russia. It happens in China. It happens in Iran. But now it does happen in America. So what happened here was a few weeks ago, some anti-ICE protesters basically barged into a church on a Sunday in Minneapolis, in St. Paul, and interrupted the service because the pastor reportedly or allegedly actually was a senior guy at ICE in town. And they went to protest the pastor because he works for ICE. Lemon was informed the protest was going to happen and came and waited outside the church. And once he heard the protest was beginning, he walked inside, filmed it, interviewed people, etc. as a journalist. Trump is now claiming that that's a crime. First of all, whether the protesters, what they did was a crime is questionable. Trump and people are trying to claim that they were impeding the freedom of religion of the protesters and basically arrested a bunch of the protesters. Whether or not that's a crime is debatable because you got First Amendment rights of the churchgoers to have religion, First Amendment right of the protesters to protest, so it's an interesting legal case. I'm a lawyer. What is not an interesting legal case is whether a journalist can cover a protest even if the protest is illegal. You absolutely positively can cover it. Also, you can be informed of the illegal protest before. You can be informed of a crime before and not report it, and it is legal in America. You can be informed that there's going to be a bank robbery and you don't tell the cops. As a journalist, that's okay. Maybe morally or ethically you don't think it's okay, but legally it is. Trump is doing this because this is the latest step in the dissolution of our democracy. Folks, I cannot tell you how dangerous this is. And by the way, anybody who says, yay, go after Don Lemon because you don't like people on the left, you don't like CNN, what do you think is going to happen to Fox News? When Trump is gone, when the Republicans are gone, the Democrats take over, what do you think is going to happen to all the citizen journalists on TikTok, on all the other services? What do you think is going to happen to all the right-wing news sources? They're going to be the next ones to be arrested and indicted, because that's what this will lead to. We are talking about the end of our democracy, people. This is incredibly dangerous. I cannot say it strongly enough how dangerous this is, how unprecedented this is. We do not do this in America. People need to stand up and take a stand right now, because this is horrific what this man is doing.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Hashem, Yahawadah, Hashem, Requah, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Achan, Waquathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this long captivity, as well as the speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This brother coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, I want to go into this video. Yes, it is a bit of the famine of the word, which I did get that actually. Let's start with that verse. Amos 8 verse 11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh, I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor thirst for water, but hearing the words of the Lord. And basically we hear here that basically they had arrested a journalist that was basically reporting on some stuff that was going on and basically going against DJT, where as we hear these types of stuff, it just lets us know that what they have planned is that if you even so much as speak out against or like stuff like this, or I think she said it. I think she said, not her. It was one of these women. Yeah, this woman right here. She was basically saying like, if you report stuff, then you can potentially get in trouble. And I guess more specifically, they're not just going to go for anyone. They're going to specifically go through these big name people first, obviously, and then as time goes on, then they're just going to bar like YouTube videos, just like, because they did the same exact thing with the V, all right, where if anyone had spoke about any sort of medical information, their video was medical quote unquote misinformation or disinformation, and they basically took videos down, and as a result, they also took channels down as well. I also remember that in my videos, like it was like within a day or something like that. If not, when I uploaded it, it would like an hour after I uploaded it, then it would immediately get taken down and stuff like that. Where I almost lost. I think I had 2 strikes, and I almost lost this channel that I'm on right now. So, like these were the things that they were doing, where they're trying to control what people know, control how people think. Because if people know the truth about all these different types of stuff, and then be like, okay, well, we don't want this, we don't want that, we're gonna fight against this, we're gonna talk about that, X, Y, and Z, whatnot. Where we are, where so many people are in the know and aware about the stuff that's going on, and Esau wants to limit that because DJT is actually losing his approval ratings or stuff shit, where the people that had voted for him, they're now saying, you know what, I don't fuck with this guy, I regret voting for him and all of that stuff. All right. So, and that was another thing where that was actually a thing where I think people in general were disapproving of their presidential candidate vote after, because I think correct me if I'm wrong, I might be misremembering this, but I also believe that Biden was also facing people saying like, we do not agree with this guy, I don't know why he's doing all this stuff or whatever. I think there was some disapproval with how he was handling stuff, as well as his age playing a part in the degradation of his judgment and whatnot. So these are the things that play a role in this type of stuff. All right. Next, John 8 verse 44. Ye are we follow the devil, and unless we follow, you will do. It was murder from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there was no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, praise the liar and the father of it. That's another thing. Where over here, this guy, he was. Let me just let the video play so you can hear a bit, because this is very. I remember. I definitely agree with this 1,000%. So
I told you before, what America actually operates on is nothing but raw power dynamics, law of the jungle, the law of capability. If you can do it, you have the right to do it. That's how it works in America. If you have the power to take it, then it's yours. If you have the capability to inflict something, then you are entitled to inflict it.
So yeah, the thing here is this is so beyond truth, and the reason why is because there have been times where, if you really like think about it, or if you really think about it, and then if you really see like literal, tangible examples where people report on certain things like, a domestic violence case where certain people abuse or whatever, or people abuse the system, abuse other people and whatnot, and then when it gets reported, what happens is that oftentimes the police, they don't really care to serve justice or even try to get down to the bottom of things or even help the victims. And even taking it a step further, there have been some rape cases where the woman, and this is for Edomite women as well, Edomite women, Edomite man as well. Like that's what I remember specifically. What happened was this Edomite woman was raped by some Edomite man, and then obviously it was taken to court. What happened was that after everything was all settled and done, the dude got his sentence. For some odd reason, the judge reopened the case while the dude was in jail serving his time, and he said this guy served enough of his time, he needs to be let go. So anytime Esau does something, he just gets to go get away scot-free because their people are always trying to look for some way out for them to be able to be free or be able to keep on doing whatever bullshit that they're doing. You have Edomites that call the police on Jakes. You have Edomites that do a whole bunch of different things to abuse their power, and the the police, most times than not, more often than not, they will just not punish Edomites for the stuff that they do. It's just, oh well, it's fine. These Edomites, we can just let them go. We can just give them a warning, smack on the wrist, even though they are a repeat offender. All right. So this is how Esau operates in his kingdom. So as a result of that, like this is how, oh well, they have the power and they're going to keep on abusing the power, and then they're going to keep on just doing whatever they want. And what the fuck is this? That's kind of strange, but okay. Continuing on, Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You also get this. In Job chapter 8 verse 3, doeth Yahweh pervert judgment, or doeth the Almighty pervert judgment, Slakia? Job 3 and 8, Job 8 and verse 3, doeth Yahweh pervert judgment, or doeth the Almighty pervert justice? Okay. We also get, well, Deuteronomy 24:17, thou shalt not pervert the judgment of the stranger, nor of the fatherless, nor take the widow's waiving to pledge. Basically, you're not supposed to be dealing unrighteously and unfairly. So this is in the scriptures, in the Bible, that they swear on, yet they're doing the exact same thing, being unfair and treating our people like trash. And even in the I think in the court they have you swear on the Bible and stuff like that. All right. So let's continue on. Over here, Micah 3 verse 9. Hear this, I pray you, ye are the heads of the house of Jacob and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and prefer all iniquity. Well, yeah, whatever. It's basically the next thing. Lamentations 5 verse 1. Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our house to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We have drunken our water for money. Our food is sold onto us. Basically, the thing over here is that, all the stuff that we have to pay for. We have to pay for what they stole. They take stuff from us, and then they basically sold us back the stuff that they try to sell us back the stuff that we bought. All right. So this is how evil they are. All right. So with that, I pray the system is edifying. Just a quick lesson. I want to show how evil things are. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawadah, Shah, 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 double honors to the elders and apostles, very most and above all, and Shalom.